Number 11.
I didn't even know the list.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Apparently
today.
it's a super logical progression. Number 11, carry your proof of insurance in your WCB.
Yeah. Okay.
Or whatever you call it in your market.
Yeah. It's a workers' compensation board. So,
Yeah.
so if you get injured on the site, you know that the homeowners know that you're covered and you're not going to sue them for their house because you lost your hand at their job site.
Yeah. And so they may want to see that, they may not, but it would be pretty impressive if somebody had it ready to show you. It's like,
I was
not
never,
just say like, do you have insurance? Sure. Here's my certificate.
So my whole life of working in construction, I was never, not one time, asked if I could provide proof of insurance, WCB, or journeyman carpentry papers.
Right.
Ever. And so
I believe that I may have been asked, not for carpentry, but just asked. Nobody asked to like prove it. There's like, do you have insurance? Yes. Okay.
yeah. So I did WCB on some commercial sites. I had to produce a letter of good standing.
Yeah.
Before I could get paid out for, some commercial projects, but in residential, nobody ever asked ever.
Interesting. Yeah.
So if you were to be able to
proactively show
if
them.
you just put that out there and we're like, here's my piece of paper, these are my insurance, this is my WCB number, blah, blah.
And maybe that's part of your info sheet that we just talked about, right? Maybe that's
yeah.
the back page. It's like, here's my insurance number, my WCB number, whatever. If you are Red
GST
Seal,
number,
here's my whatever.
yep.
If you do require a certificate in your area to be a contractor, some states
City
and provinces
license,
require a license.
Here's my license number.
Not here we don't, but like it could just be a page of confidence.
Yeah.
Number 12, be timely with estimates. And this is Rich coming from us because I know that we're quite behind on ours right now. Then we don't ballpark anything. We do full takeoffs for people when they want it done. So it's great because
for better or worse, right?
Yeah, if they want to buy it, it's as easy as click a button because you've already done all the work. But boy, when it starts to get hairy in here, it gets backed up pretty quickly. So, but I think more important than anything here is to be upfront with how long it's going to take and then stick to it. It doesn't really matter if it's 24 hours or 1 week or 2 weeks even. Just if you tell them it's going to be 10 days, be 10 days or less.
Yeah.
Because if you say 10 days and then you're 3 weeks, you've probably, I don't know, there's no stats on this, I don't assume, but I bet you've dropped your chances of getting that job significantly by not.
You could just make some up, like a couple.
Can't hold to that schedule, can't hold to any schedule.
A couple pods ago, you're just making up stats like crazy. Seems like a funny time to slow it down now.
Yeah, well, I wasn't prepared now. But yeah, it's always better to under promise and over deliver than the opposite, right? You want to say, I'll get this to you in 2 days, and then like 9 days later, they're chasing you down. You're like, where's the estimate?
Yep. You said
you've already kind of put yourself into a crappy relationship position now.
Yep.
So number 13, and this one's debatable, and there's going to be some people that will argue against this. But what I had put here was providing an estimate that has line items or at least some clarity around it. So I don't know that you necessarily, as a contractor, I don't know that I even agree that you should be doing full breakdown line items, but I think you probably should categorize it so that people can understand the numbers a little bit easier. Because I know some guys are like, nope, it's 40 grand at the bottom. But then that leaves a whole bunch of open-ended questions about what's included in the 40 grand.
Yeah, because then, so you get to the end of the job and you're like, well, it turns out that this was an extra. And the customer's like, how the F is that an extra? I didn't even know what was the original.
Yeah. And so I'm guessing a lot of those guys maybe will come back and say, we're providing a scope of work, et cetera, whatever. But I think customers appreciate more clarity into their estimate to understand what's involved. And so it's a catch-22 for sure, because some customers would want to see that so that they can grind you on something. If you get too detailed, then they pick, right? It's like, well, I noticed you only took 4 hours to build that bench top bar table thing. Then you charged me for 7. Yeah. So I guess I'm getting a discount there. The odd person is going to try to pull that crap. So I don't really need to with that level. When I was doing my estimates under Fresh Decks, I just split things out in categories. So it was like framing is this much materials and this much install. Decking is this much materials, this much install. It was just like by like category, like steps of the job essentially, right?
Yeah.
So it was never going to specify that I was taking this many hours to do the framing, or I was using this many 2x8s to do the framing. It was just kind of lumped in so that they could kind of see. And I think a lot of people commented that they appreciated that I did break it down on some levels. So they could see what was what.
Where the money was.
And it comes across as being more honest.
I always did mine when I was doing trim work, was always broken down line item by line item. Your door costs you this much glue, this much like lineal footage of casing.
Yeah.
These, like this many pickets. Yeah. She was item by item.
Yeah.
And I absolutely got shopped on that. People would be like, oh, well, I went to the store and I could buy this exact same product for 5% less than you're selling it to me.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, okay, well, give her
Yeah.
then. Go ahead and make sure it's here on the day I'm ready. Because I'm a contractor. I don't know what day that is exactly, but I'll know when I'm ready, and then it needs to be here. And so anyways, you go through the process of explaining, and people often did, they stopped grinding after a while, but mine was like item by item because it was how I wanted to do my takeoff. So then I just shared that with them.
Yep. There's a comment in the Instagram here from New England Deck Pros that says, I have got a lot of good feedback on timely estimates. I definitely think it has helped to get jobs this year. And well, especially this year, right? Because so many people are backed up that first guy to get them to talk to somebody might have the best chance of getting the job, right?
Yes.
I know I literally just got through I think it was Instagram or Facebook message from somebody the other day. It said, I'm trying to help my parents out here. They've been waiting for 2.5 weeks for an estimate from another business, a competing business, and they're not getting it. Can you guys give us a quote faster? And I said, nope.
I could try, but
I just said
you're 10 deep.
They asked if we could get the product to them faster so that they get started, whatever. And I said, well, it depends on what it is. If it's a stock product, no problem. I can do a quote fairly quickly for you and get that turned around if it needs to be ordered, whatever. But let me know what you need, kind of thing, right? Yeah. And so there's an example of somebody didn't get back in time and they're just gone. It's like on to the next to find somebody that can help them.